Hello everyone, we were having a bit of technical difficulties a few minutes ago, but we're trying again. We're making a last ditch effort to include this broadcast in tonight. So I'm hoping that some of you have stuck around and you want to still hear from Ms. Perdita Fisher. So please, we're just going to wait for Perdita to jump on, and she is going to jump into the broadcast. And we're going to go ahead and rock and roll. Okay, I'm just waiting for her to jump on. Okay. I hope all of you are having a good evening tonight. Hello there. I see I have a viewer. Please, by all means, send a hello. I hope you're doing well. I can't see who you are at this point. I'm not sure if you're Dr. Fisher. And if you aren't, how are you doing today? Are you having any challenges with your hair, your teeth, and your health? And if you are, let me know, because we're going to get down to business this evening. If you don't know who I am, my name is LaRon Quarles. I am a certified IAT trichologist. I am a wellness professional. I am also a New Jersey cosmetology educator and a cosmetologist, and I own SBO Hair Loss and Wellness here in the Pleasantville, New Jersey area. So this evening, we are going to just share with you some information about how your hair, teeth, and your health can give you insight and clues into your body, some challenges you may be having, and how your teeth can let you know which bodily organ or system may be providing you with some challenges. So if you can, please just stick around with us for a few minutes so that we can include Dr. Fisher in this broadcast as we are trying again. Okay, I don't see her just yet. Hello, Dr. Gillette. How are you this evening? Okay, we're just going to give it a few minutes before she jumps on. I don't see her just yet. But what I want to share with you so far is my goal is always to share just some healthy tidbits, just small tidbits every so often, because I tend to get a bit technical and I like to go a little bit deep and talk about so many things, but I like to just give you small tidbits because a lot of people don't understand that the body it's all interrelated. So when you're having a challenge with your body, it can be reflected in your hair. Most often when you see your hair thinning, it's breaking, it's falling out for a time, it's thinning in the crown, you may be losing your hair in the spot, or you may have lost your hair all at one time. That's your body's way of telling you that something is going on, whether you're having a stressful situation, whether you've just lost a job, you've had a baby, you're dealing with some endocrine issues, you're on a new medication. Everything usually comes through in your hair. So that's a challenge that I always have, helping clients understand, helping customers understand when I convey to them, yes, you need to clear up your gut health. Yes, you need to possibly pursue an alkaline diet versus an acidic diet. A lot of people don't understand what you eat, what you're exposed to, what your body's exposed to. Everything that you touch and comes in contact with your life may affect your hair. So this is one of our community efforts to just share with you more about your body's function and how your body gives you clues and insight into what's going on with the body. So I'm going to try again to just see if I can get Dr. Fisher to be in the broadcast. Okay, I still don't see her just yet, and I'm not sure why I'm not able to have her as a guest this evening. We just tried on her personal page, and we're trying again. Now, I can't share with you what it's like to be a dentist. I can only share with you what it is to be a trichologist, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear about that, but I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. And also, my slogan and my thrust is always to share with people you have to balance the body so your hair can grow properly. Most often when there's an upset in the body, when there's something going on that's a challenge that you may know about but you didn't know has anything to do with your hair, usually that has to be cleared up. And it's our goal as a trichologist to always get to the underlying issue, and as I learned from Dr. Gillette, to stabilize your issue. But we have to figure out some of the things that are contributing to that issue so that we can stabilize the loss, prevent you from having any more loss. Hopefully, depending on the stage you're in, we can turn those things around, provide you with fuller hair in the end, in the months to come, or at least find a way to just halt the process so you're not losing any more hair, and just help you to figure out why you're losing hair, why you're having the scalp issue, why you're having the challenge in the first place. So that is a goal that a trichologist has. It is very similar to dermatology. There's a small related branch of dermatology, and it's not totally cosmetology either. So most of what it is that we do and try to convey to our customers and clients is not what a hairdresser would do. So most often I hear clients say, well, my hairdresser didn't tell me anything. My hairdresser couldn't tell me anything. My hairdresser just said go to a dermatologist. Often that is the right choice, to go to a dermatologist, but sometimes we are able to provide insight into some of the issues that you may have as well. There are definitely things that we cannot do as a trichologist. If you're not a physician or you're not a health professional where you can draw blood, that's one of the things that you would most often have to go to your physician for, have those necessary tests performed so that we can just view them, work in tandem with some of the things that your dermatologist provides you. Your dermatologist can also provide you with biopsies, and they can do other things that we cannot do. They can order different tests for you and provide you prescriptions. More often than not, some of the things that we do are in the way of providing you with holistic treatments, detoxification treatments, various scalp treatments, various hair treatments, various restoration treatments, depending on the state, because not every state can utilize the same items to help you restore your hair. But that is some of what the trichologists are able to do. I see Dr. Fisher is on, so I'm going to request her to be in the broadcast. So if you can, just hang tight there with me. All right. Okay, Dr. Fisher, can you hear me okay? I think you're going to have to turn your, yeah, there we go. How are you today, Dr. Fisher?
I am well. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate it, and I certainly, well, I'm here. I'm
All
here.
right.
So thank you so much for inviting me. And it took a
Mhm.
minute, but I made it. I
All
made it.
right, all right, great. Well, nobody wants to hear from me because I'm always on here sharing everything about me and how we can get them to better hair and better health. I did share a little bit about my background and what I do as a trichologist. So please, Dr. Fisher, please tell us about you. Tell us who you are. Who is Perdita Malka Fisher?
Well, I think you did a very good introduction. I was able to hear you. I just wasn't able to get on, but I look at myself as a holistic practitioner, not just a dentist. As I've shared with some of my friends and my patients before, that I started out, of course, as a dentist, and we were taught in dental school to focus on the teeth. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
focus on nutrition, or we had actually no classes in nutrition when I was going through dental school, but it was through my own challenges that I had with my own health that I began to study nutrition, and I began to do research because actually I was having, to be honest, rectal bleeding. And I went to all of these specialists. They did all the scopes inside out. They took samples. Nobody could find anything. They even did pregnancy tests. And they wanted to just give me stool softeners and give me, have me do surgery. But I say, I don't want to do surgery because you can't tell me what's wrong. And you've explored in and out, up and down. What is the issue? So at that time, my pastor, I talked to him about my issues. He asked me how much water did I drink. I was dehydrated. I wasn't drinking enough water. And he asked what did I eat for breakfast, and it was the standard American diet. The eggs, the bacon, the grease, all of those things that clog our arteries. And I stopped doing that and I started eating fruit. 2 weeks later, I had no more bleeding, just from
Okay.
water and eating fruit. So that was my journey to actually start my own healing and to study more about um, how the teeth affect the rest of the body as well, because um, digestion, oral health, I say, is health. That's always my motto. Oral health is health. We cannot separate what goes on in the mouth from the rest of the body, because the teeth is the first pathway of digestion. Everything that typically enters our body goes through our mouth first. And so it is important for the teeth to be healthy and to focus on that. But we also have to look at how that affects the other organ systems as well. For instance, I'll use gum disease, which is bleeding of the gums, which many people have. But just, do you ever think, okay, if my gums are bleeding, there's something wrong? If your hands bleed every time you wash them, wouldn't you think, gosh, my hands are bleeding. I need to go and I need to fix that. That's not normal.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
it's not normal for your gums to bleed when you brush your teeth. Um, Odors in the mouth, of course, indicate that there's something going on not only in your mouth, but also with the organs of your body. As I said, and if we don't have healthy teeth, if they are decayed, if you have cavities in the mouth, if you have missing teeth, then you're unable to chew the food properly to get the nutrients to get to the digestive system. If you have missing teeth, of course, like you can't do that, or if you have teeth that are broken down, you're not able to totally absorb the nutrients. And that's a part of what the purpose of our teeth is to
Okay.
break down our food so that it could pass easily through our digestive system, giving us the nutrition. So, okay, now I'm going to go to another little point. If
Okay.
you aren't eating nutritious foods, if you're eating the junk foods, the processed foods, the carbohydrates, you're not getting enough fruits and vegetables in your system, then that is also going to affect your gut, which affects the whole body. And the way I look at it as a connection, because, as I said, the mouth is the first pathway of digestion. We've got the esophagus, it goes on down through the stomach. And the stomach is right on top of our intestines. And so if we have putrefied foods that are not digested, not chewed well, not able to get and break down to the nutrients, then all of that sits into your digestive system and it spills over to our other organs. Our other organs that are nearby are our heart, our spleen, our gallbladder, our kidney, our ovaries, our male and female organs. And that accumulates until it begins to have a process of decay in your body, just like it would if you put it outside. You take something outside and you put it outside, it's going to eventually break down. But if it's taking a longer time to break down because our digestive tracts or not, it doesn't just go straight down, it's got to go through all of these channels, and our intestines are convoluted. It's not straight there. It stays in our body a long time, which adds to disease.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, if we have, like you say, gum disease in the mouth, bleeding gums, all of that pus and all of that bacteria is going into our bloodstream as well, which affects our organs.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I know I did tried a quick spiel, so I'll pause for a moment to see if anyone has questions or if you need me to clarify something.
Okay. Can anyone send me any questions that they have specifically for Dr. Fisher right now? Anything going on with your teeth? Anything in particular you'd like to ask?
Mm-hmm. And also, LaRon, I think, earlier you talked about how every tooth in our mouth is related to a specific organ in our bodies.
Yes.
And many, yeah, that's very important to know. So say you have a toothache with canine tooth,
Hmm.
which is, one of those, the eye
Yeah.
teeth, the ones that
Hmm.
the tigers have.
Yes.
It's related to a specific organ in our body. So
Hmm.
the organ may show up first, but typically it shows up in the mouth first.
Right.
And other diseases that show up in the mouth before they show up in the body, we can see indication or signs of disease in the cheeks, the gums, the lips, um, the salivary ducts, the glands. And so a dentist really, should be mindful and paying attention to all of that. And
Wow.
then the other aspect, that we have to think about too is that we are seeing now more diseases than we can't even pronounce them all than
Mm.
we ever did before. And we have to look at what are some of those contributing factors. I mean, of course, the environment. We have a lot of fake foods, foods that are processed, foods laden with artificial sugars. We have foods, we have all of the sodas and all of the acid, and it's the acidity in the mouth that actually combines with the bacteria that causes the decay and the breakdown of the teeth and the gums as well. So
Hmm.
it's important. We cannot say that oral health, oh, it's just my teeth, oh, it's just my mouth. My heart is more important. Well, if you don't take care of your teeth and your mouth, then you are going to have some heartaches. And I don't mean just the heartaches from someone disappointing you. I mean, physically, it does affect the heart. And we have found studies that the same bacteria that we find in the mouth is the same bacteria that is in the heart, which
Wow.
lets us know that yes, it is going through your bloodstream. It is going through your body. And if we don't begin to take better care of our teeth and not just wait for an emergency or to think that, oh, this is too expensive. It's more expensive when you wait. It's more
Hmm.
expensive when you lose your teeth. You lose all of your teeth or you have to get dentures, which if you ask anybody with dentures, they don't feel good. They often don't fit right. You can't taste your food as well with dentures. So it's more important that you take care of the teeth that you have and keep them as healthy as possible.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. So, because you've had your own personal struggle with rectal bleeding, I'm sorry, but I have to say it because that's what you share with us. So, is that what led you in the path to include wellness into your dental practice and your for what you do for your patients? That's why you included wellness into your practice because of your own challenge?
It was, and not just that, but when I began to actually look at my issues and my problems as well, I was really concerned about those patients that I saw who came in with a bag full of medications. They couldn't even remember all of them. They had to put them all in a bag.
Hmm.
And that concerned me that people are taking all of these medications for diabetes, for high blood pressure, for all of these diseases, but they're not getting any better. 15
Right.
years, 20 years. And, I began to look at, some of the things that they were doing, some of the habits, the smoking, the drinking, the sodas, the lack of movement, exercise, and it all began to make sense that
Right.
all
Right.
of everything that we do is related. We cannot
Right.
separate any aspect of
Okay.
that from our total health and our total well-being. And so, yes, I took many classes and studied nutrition just because of that. And then as I began to change my eating habits and what I ate, I also wanted to share that with others. And I'm part of a community, and we we're vegan, and so adding a vegan restaurant in Missouri at that time we were way, 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 way ahead of the
Right.
curve of people doing that. But I also wanted to incorporate other wellness modalities. So we had acupuncture person, we had hypnotherapy. So that, we're dealing with the mental aspects of disease, massage therapy, esthetician because,
Yeah.
our skin is our largest organ. And so
Mm-hmm.
we have to actually take care and look at all of those aspects. I have reflexologist, a podiatrist even, and a holistic doctor at different points of time added,
Mm-hmm.
to our practice. And then
Right.
the colon therapy, because most Americans are full of it.
Yes.
Full
Yes.
of the food. I mean,
Yeah.
we are not eliminating as we
Mm-hmm.
should.
Mm-hmm.
I hear stories, and say, gosh, I haven't had a bowel movement in 2 weeks. I'm like, 2 weeks?
Right.
I mean, when the babies come in, they eat, they poop, they eat, they poop.
Mm-hmm.
And to
Let
go
me
to
ask you a
these,
question. And
sure.
now that you mentioned that, now do you see with those particular teeth, do you see people having challenges with these particular teeth when they haven't gone to the bathroom in weeks? Do you see that?
I have seen that. I'm no longer practicing in private practice anymore, but yes, I do see a connection with that. And even now with some of, the issues that people are having, they're having some kind of issue in some other part of their body,
Yes.
and as well as those particular teeth. So yes.
Okay. So do you make that connection known to them that you are probably having a challenge with this part of your body because this tooth is being affected? Do you ever share that with them?
I do occasionally if there's time, but I tell them that all of those things are related,
Okay.
and even stress. I mean, stress is a major factor in our digestive system as well, and
Mhm.
stress can be shown up in our teeth. I mean, we may grind our teeth with
Yes.
grinding
Okay,
our
I get
teeth,
it. Yes.
issues with snoring, which affects the airway. So I mean, they're just that's everything, everything.
Okay. All right. All right. Yes, yes. So it was definitely my goal to just, have you share with us how the teeth can give us insight into what's going on into the body. And yes, I think you've let us know that. Yes, yes. So please tell us where, because once this is reposted on Facebook or wherever, YouTube, how can everyone get in contact with you? How can they find you for more questions after they've seen this broadcast again?
Oh, that's a good question. They can email me. They can also leave a comment below. My Facebook page is perditamalcafisher.com, but I also have a Healthier New You Facebook group where we actually are able to talk about and share recipes, ideas, challenges that we may have, so that we can help each other. We have to be a community again of helping each other and not just looking at what we're going through as an isolated challenge. Because I'm
Okay.
sure the challenges that I've had, other people have had.
Hmm.
The challenges with hair, and I think it's very important that you connect what's going on with their hair, with their teeth, and also with the organs.
Hmm.
You don't see much of that anymore, and so we have to be able to connect to all of these different modalities and work together, and that's why I
Hmm.
have other aspects to expose people to other ways of thinking, other ways of helping their bodies other than just taking a pill, which does not cure anything.
Right.
It feeds the economics of the pharmaceutical companies.
Right, right. It is a challenge for me, as I've had this business since 2015, and the more I share it with people, the more they just really do not understand that they cannot just put one single use oil on their scalp and they think it's going to magically turn things around. I tell everyone, the body is very complex. It's not just going to turn itself around in 1 month. You have to give your body a chance to, duplicate the cells, make them healthier, reduce oxidative stress. Like, there's so much going on with the body. And I always try to focus that with starting on the diet. You gotta, start with the diet. And a lot of people don't seem to make the connection that a better diet eventually works its way and fixes everything. It reduces inflammation, it reduces rosacea, it reduces eczema, it alleviates the digestive system. You're eating more alkaline. I mean, the food is running through you the way it should. It's not putrefying like you stated earlier. Like it's a challenge because a lot of my clients that I meet with, that's where I start. That's why, we've met in a nutrition group, in a group to help us, help others. But that is the challenge. Everyone's like, I have to give up milk. I have to give up this. Yeah, you do. You have to give up a few things. Hair loss and teeth health are multi-layered. You just can't not floss. You can't not brush your teeth. Like you can't not shampoo your hair. Do you know how many people I meet who don't understand they have to shampoo? If you take a shower every day, you have to wash your hair off just as often. Like, it's a challenge. So I know you have your challenges and I definitely have my challenges, but it is not easy being a trichologist. So I know it's probably not easy swaying your patients toward better health unless they are ready. The teacher can't show up unless the student is ready,
And I think that, that helps me a lot. That even sometimes you plant a seed, and when you plant a seed, it doesn't grow. You don't see the fruit of it right away.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take watering. It's going to take nurturing. You got to prune it. And that has even happened with many of my patients that sometimes years later, they said, Doc, I got it. I stopped smoking. Doc, I changed my diet. Doc, I'm eating more fruits and vegetables. Doc, I've thrown away all of the junk food. And so I think as I should say community ambassadors for wellness, we have to continue to get that out and just realize that everything is about a choice. We
Yes.
have a choice of being healthy. We have a choice. And it doesn't don't think that eating healthy means you're eating cardboard.
Right.
I enjoy so many foods. There's so many different recipes and things. And if you like to cook, then start just creating your own dishes. Start with one simple thing and go from there. And just take everything that both of us have talked about as well as others and, just add to it, add to it.
Okay. So again, if you can just share your website really quickly or however someone can reach you after this broadcast, if you can let them know once more.
Okay. Perdita Malka Fisher, you can friend me on Facebook or perditafisher.com is my website. I would love to have you come in, take a look around, leave your email address so that I can send you and be a part of information, and you could read some of the blogs and information about nutrition that I have as well as others, and the books as well. I know you mentioned earlier about the Parent's Guide to Oral Health, and it took me 8 years to do it, and that was in 2012. But it stemmed from the fact that so many parents, after being in dentistry for I've been 42 years now, but it was about 25 years, and they would ask the same questions over and over and over. And so I thought that, and I added a nutritional component to that because it's important for the male and the female to have a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle before conception, and that makes the risk of low birth weight babies or the risk of having babies that are that have some other types of issues. So yes, there are tips in there. So it's not just for people who are thinking about having children, it's for everybody because there are tips in there about what to eat and about nutrition and about how the whole process works.
Okay. Well, great. So don't be surprised if you get some private DMs regarding this broadcast. And I'm hoping, someone got just one small tidbit from this broadcast. But of course, she's left all of her information, her website, her Facebook page, and a way to get in touch with her. And if you need to, you can leave a comment and both of us will see it a little bit later. And if you need to reach me, if I could provide you any information to get you closer to Dr. Fisher, you can always reach me at 609-666-4674, or you can find me at SBO Hair Loss and Wellness on Facebook or hairlosscenternj.com. And Dr. Fisher, I just want to say thank you again for just giving us a glimpse into what you provide for everyone in the way of teeth and wellness. I was just amazed at some of the stuff you said. I didn't think about it. I thank you very much for joining us tonight.
And thank you, Laurent, for inviting me.
Yes,
been
ma'am.
a pleasure.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. And you have a
Thank
good
you.
evening, Dr. Fisher, and I will see you soon.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.